So the other day I was working in Anime Studio and I noticed in the file menu that there was a batch export option. And I was like, really? I guess I never saw it before. Well, I've had to have seen it before. I guess I just never considered it before. I glossed over it. But I think it could have its uses, but it's a little bit wonky in some regard. But if we go to File and then Batch Export, you get access to the batch export window. Now basically a batch export allows you to export a bunch of different stuff at once. So it could be useful, for instance, let's say you are working on your Anime Studio files and then you finish up and you're good to go and you just want to export everything out at once. Maybe you want to leave your computer on all night. You could just queue the files, hit export, and let it do its thing. So for instance, you could hit add files, and then I'm just in a folder here and I could add up to 5. I mean, I could add more, but I'll add up to 5 project files, and you can see that they pop in here. And now when you start going through here and clicking, you can see as I click on these different files, my end frame is changing, and that's due to the end frame of these files. Now, I said that this could be a little bit wonky, and that's mainly because, let's say for instance, you're working on a file and you only want to export, let's say, frame 50 to 120 as an example. Well, if you have a bunch of different files that you're putting in, let's say 20 or more files, and you have different start frames you want to do for some of these, it could get kind of confusing, and then you'll have to write things down, and it might just be easier just to go open the file and export it out individually, and then just come back later. But that is something you can do, and everything else here is pretty much the same as you would expect from exporting. You have your anti-alias, you can apply the shape effects, and so on. So once you have done all that, and of course you have some options up here too to export all the files to a single folder, or you can overwrite existing files, if you've done this once before. But once you have it all figured out and you're good to go, you can hit Start, and then you'll get your compression settings set to none, or animation if you're using QuickTime, whatever you want to do. Click OK, and then it just starts rendering out. And that's all there really is to it as far as using this. And you just kind of look at the percentages here. You can see, for instance, this is at 0%. But anyway, that's all there is to it. You can set it out, wait, and then check out your videos when it's done. Again, it could be useful if you want to animate everything out and then export it all out at once. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys. Be sure to subscribe for more tutorials, and I will see you next time.